After its passage into law in 1967, several amendments broadened the scope of the MMPA and created a panacea for class actions and abusive lawsuits. According to Northwestern University study, the changes to the MMPA gave root to an astonishing 678% increase in reported decisions of consumer fraud claims from 2000 to 2009. Missouri became a hotbed for abusive lawsuits. Missouri has garnered the unfortunate designation as one of the top 5 judicial hellholes in America. There are countless examples I could cite about the egregious misuse of the MMPA, but one stands out as a recent claim that was brought by Hershey's for so-called Slackville in their Reese's Pieces and Whoppers containers. The case was ultimately dismissed 2 years later, only after the plaintiff admitted in a deposition that he was aware of approximately how much candy and how much empty space was in each box of Whoppers and Reese's Pieces, but nonetheless continued to purchase those boxes. It took 2 years for the court to determine that the plaintiff was not misled by the packaging, despite the fact that the packaging states the number of servings and amount per serving. Despite these cases being dismissed, this highlights the abuse that the business community is subjected to under the current MMPA and the dire need for its reform. The provisions contained in Senate Bill 727 will restore integrity to the MMPA by considering objective measures to determine actual damages, rein in attorney's fees that bear no reasonable relationship to the amount of actual damages suffered.
A more recent lawsuit I've seen is a claim that ginger ale doesn't have enough real ginger in it. But this is the type of litigation we see here in Missouri. Often it's by a few law firms here that are filing most of this litigation. Sometimes they reuse the same plaintiffs over and over again. You'll see the same names in the lawsuits, and sometimes you see the lawsuits filed a dozen at a time, simply swapping out one product for another.
Certainly support the reasonable consumer standard that is being implemented in the bill, and the reliance on the actual fraud or misleading of the consumer. We think these are reasonable approaches that are much needed to reform the MMPA and get back to what it was originally intended to do.